Hey everybody, and welcome to week 8 of my fitness vlog. Now, for any of you who are good at mathematics, sure you will have realised that I seem to have skipped a week. Unfortunately, I didn't get one of these videos done last week, and it was for a good reason. We had actually a death in the family. My poor Uncle Phil died a couple of weeks ago, a little bit unexpectedly. So that actually did have an impact on obviously all of us, an emotional impact, but it also had an impact on my diet and on my progress with that, as of course these kind of life events will no doubt throw us. So unfortunately I was in a bit of a bad shape over the last couple of weeks, or certainly in the first of those weeks, and so I've just started to get things back in order now. So unfortunately, diet wise, I didn't do so good last week. I had gone up quite a bit to 112.4 kilograms. But I am happy to say that this week I have started to get myself back on the road, and as of this morning I'm at 110.4, so I'm very happy with that. Now, it's not in line with where I hope to be. If you have a look at this graph, you'll see that I was hoping to be at 108 today, but I had already been a kilogram out before last week's mishap, I suppose. So, but I'm going to work on it, and I'm going to keep working towards getting the diet right and getting the weight down in line with, at least in a downward direction, and hopefully in line with my targets. But one of the good things that I did manage to do both last week and this week was maintain my target of going to the gym 6 times a week every week, and I have managed to do that. So I think this is now 3 weeks or 4 weeks I've been doing this. Now, it is a lot of training, and I know it's a lot of training. I'm still not pushing myself hugely at every session, and that's not the point. The goal is to go, and I'm happy enough to go that frequently to get myself used to actually doing this kind of physical activity on a regular basis. So I at some point I'll pull back on the number of times to go, but ramp up the intensity. Now, I have actually started to increase the intensity a little, but it's still easy enough for me to do, and obviously to do on a daily basis. In relation to my jogging, well, I've actually accelerated quite a bit. I'm now up to 13 minutes, which is not anywhere near where I was supposed to be. I think I was supposed to be at about 10 minutes or 11 minutes by this stage, but I'm really, really happy. I felt I was able to push myself a bit further, and I went for it, and then I tried that the next time, and so I'm now at 13 minutes. So I'm very, very happy with that. And the cross trainer, I've been keeping it at the pace that I had I decided a few weeks ago. So I'm currently just completed now a week of doing 6 intervals at 30 seconds each, as fast as I can. So I'm going to move up to 7 now for next week. So yes, I definitely got all 3 days of weights going, and as I said, I've started to push a little bit harder. So I'm really happy with that. So for next week, I'm obviously going to keep pushing for 6 times going to the gym. I'll actually also be meeting up with the trainer during the week, just actually to try and correct, I think, a couple of things, the techniques of a couple of things that I think I'm doing wrong. So just to get a little bit of input on that. The jogging, I'm gonna definitely go for 15 minutes and maybe 16. We'll see if I can push it up that far, but I'd love to get 15, and 15 is a milestone for me in jogging. This is where I got to the last time, and if I can push beyond that, I think that'll be great. The weight, so I'd really like to work towards getting it down to 109. So I'm currently 2.4 kilograms out of kilter with my projection. I just have to keep reminding myself to return to my meal planner. I think this is one of the most important things that I've found. When I plan out my meals on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, I do very, very well, and I tend to stay off the junk food, and I tend to lose the weight then quite a bit during those weeks. When I give myself a little bit of a free rein, well, I take too much liberty there, and it usually doesn't go so well for me. So I need to remember to return to my meal planner. So that is one of the most important goals for this week. I followed my meal planner partially last week. I want to follow it fully now this week. So if I can do that, then I think I'll be back on track, and should be able to shed that weight. So yeah, I think I can do it. I think it's going to be difficult, but This is the point at where I gave up the last time. So we're at week 8. This is an important point for me. I need to get beyond week 8 to week 9 to week 10 to week 11 to week 12. And I think if I can do that, I've at least demonstrated to myself that I've gone further than where I was before. Obviously, I want to go all the way to the end of this. But this is an important psychological barrier to get beyond week 8. So I was a little bit concerned about, obviously, the mishap that I had last week, and that it carried over into this week, but I did manage to nip it in the bud at the end of this week. So it's important that I push that all the way through. So thanks very much for your patience. I'm sorry that there wasn't a video last week, but thanks for your patience. Thanks for your kind words. I know I've talked to a few of you about what's been happening in the last little while, and I will see you all again next Saturday. Bye.